One love, job bless. Far Nelson here, and today I'm here to talk to you about how life doesn't suck, but you do. So, life doesn't suck, but you do. What do I mean by that? It sounds very harsh, and sometimes, for some people, it might be a harsh statement, but we have to truly realize that our life doesn't suck. Our life isn't terrible. Our life isn't full of suffering and an endless cycle of suffering that we can't control. If our life is in turmoil, if our life feels like it sucks, then it's most likely because of us. It's most likely because of our own mindsets. It's most likely because we're letting outside circumstances and outside people affect us in ways that make us feel like our life sucks. You see, 9 times out of 10, our life is a blessing. If we're still here, if our heart is still beating, if we've gotten to the age that we've gotten to, there's a reason why we're still here. There's a reason why we didn't, pass away in our mother's belly. There's a reason why we didn't pass when we were a small child. And even if we did pass when we were a small child, there was a reason to that. But we have to come to terms that our life is a blessing. Our life is a gift. Our life is abundant. Our life is wealthy. But it's just our mindset that sucks. Once we start taking accountability for how we think and realizing that how we think is what we perceive, and what we perceive is our reality, it's our environment, it's our truth in our heart, but it's not the truth in our soul. We have to align ourselves with the truth in our soul that this world is bountiful, this world is fruitful, this world is so abundant with so many blessings that we just have to open our eyes and reach to the top of the trees sometime and get those blessings, get those fruits. We have to realize that sometimes we're going to have to reach and stretch ourselves and extend ourselves in different ways that we may not have before. We may have been used to just finding the fruits and vegetables, well, not the vegetables because vegetables go on the ground, but we may have been used to just picking the fruits from off the ground and kept on asking ourselves, why do these fruits that I always get have bugs in them? Why do these fruits I always get have worms already in them? Why do these fruits I get, they're already on the ground, they're perfect for me, they're easy to get? Why does this world always produce bad fruit? Why does this world always give me fruits that are already infected with things? This is how we look at the world when we don't realize that we can just look up and see that there is fresh, untainted fruit right there above your head, right there just above your awareness. But you had to raise your awareness. You had to look above you. You had to look above the situation and the level that you were at to see those beautiful, perfectly round, unblemished fruits right above you. And this is how life is, truly. When we look above ourselves, when we humble ourselves and realize there is something else above, when we have faith that there is a divine source guiding us, we are able to see the fruits. The fruit comes into our awareness because now we have faith. Now we're able to raise our awareness, raise our vibration to be able to truly see the blessings. We're not walking around just only picking the bad fruit to be our reality. We're looking at this bad fruit on the ground and being like, this isn't all I'm supposed to be getting. What else is around here? What's up there? Oh, wow, more fruit, fresher, better, not rotten, no blemishes. This is how our blessings would come, with no blemish, with no marks, with no scuffs, with no infestations, with no lack, no sorrow. When we raise our awareness and we start walking in a divine path and start changing ourselves, our life doesn't suck. Our life is full of blessings that come into our life, and they're not filled or followed by sorrow. They're not filled or followed by disease. They're not filled or followed by lack. When we raise our awareness and truly do what we need to do mentally, physically, and spiritually to raise our awareness, by making sure we're eating healing foods, we're doing our prayers, we're doing our meditations, we're reading spiritual books, we're taking time to ourselves to get back into nature, get back to our true selves, to journal and do some deep digging within ourselves. When we do these different techniques, these different spiritual practices, whatever you want to call them, your awareness raises. Especially when you're reading these books and you're watching these videos and you're listening to these audiobooks and these podcasts, they're going to help you realize that there is mass amounts of successful people out here trying to tell you the same thing that I am right now. And it all starts within here. It all starts with inside. Yes, it starts with the mind, but it's even deeper than that. It's the spirit, soul, the mental, physical, and spiritual. Because if our body isn't aligned, if our body is hectic, if we're constantly dealing with aches and pains and different types of illnesses and we're sick all the time, it's going to be harder for us to realize our life doesn't suck. It's going to be harder for us to realize that we're not living in lack. It's going to be harder for us to realize that there's a better life right around the corner when we stay patient and we hold discipline and hold faith. But we have to change ourselves. We can't always be hoping that this person changes or this situation changes or this and that changes. No, we have to make the changes ourselves in order for us to enhance our life into a more pleasant type of manner. We can't just walk around saying our life sucks, our life sucks, our life sucks. I never have enough. I'm always broke. I'm always, sick. I'm always depressed. I'm always whatever it is that you keep telling people, that you keep telling yourself. We have to stop these bad habits, because what we speak is what we get. What we think is what we receive. What we act upon is what comes back into our life. We have to realize that our words are powerful. Speaking is a spell. When you're spelling words, it's literally a spell. It's something that's being cast into the universe. And if you say it enough, you're going to keep seeing it manifest into your life. So why not speak positivity? Why not speak abundance? Why not speak in ways that you may think is crazy? Like, oh, I don't have a bunch of money now. How am I not broke? I don't have a bunch of this or that. Or I'm not any closer to my dream life. What do you mean? But we have to realize that what we speak is what we receive. So switch the bad talk, switch the negative talk, switch the gossip about your own life, and change it into a fairy tale. Change it into a best case scenario story where so many miracles are going to be brought forth to you. It's just a matter of time. Oh yeah, my blessing's coming. Don't worry about it. It's just a matter of time. One step closer to my dream. Every single day, getting better and better. These are the things you need to be telling yourself and telling people when they ask, oh, how's your day going? How's your week going? How are you doing? I'm getting better and better every single day. I'm growing more and more mentally, physically, and spiritually every single day. I'm one step closer to my best life. I can feel it. My blessings are right around the corner. You keep saying these things, it becomes a habit to the point where you do see the blessings. And they're not right around the corner anymore. They're right in front of your face. You do see the miracles happen. You do see the mindsets of people around you change. You do see the environment around you change. You do see your life not sucking so much. You see, your life doesn't suck. It's you who sucks. We have to get more discipline in our life. I don't know what it is with this society, but we have brought a negative type of relationship to discipline. We think discipline is something bad or something that only people that are brainwashed or people in the military do or something. Like, oh yeah, they're disciplined. Us regular civilians don't need to be disciplined. We need to be disciplined as well. We need to be disciplined like a samurai, like a Buddhist, like a monk. We need to be disciplined like a pure priest. We should be disciplined in what we speak. We should be disciplined in what we wear. We should be disciplined in what we eat and what we believe. We should be disciplined in our spiritual practices, because if we discipline in ourselves in healing ways, in ways that are going to enhance our life, then we'll notice the negative things in our life start to trickle out, because we're disciplining ourselves and doing things that are more healing. We're disciplining ourselves in journaling every day, reading every day, doing our prayers and meditations every day, doing yoga every day, and once you start building up these practices that are going to enhance your life mentally, physically, and spiritually, you're going to be filling up your day 9 times out of 10 with so many things that you won't have time to just sit around and watch TV or scroll on TikTok or Instagram or do these other toxic things that you used to do. You won't have time to hang out with these negative friends and do these negative things and, just go to the club and get drunk together and this and that and thinking that you're having the best time of your life, but really you're just escaping. And then tomorrow you feel even more less prepared for the day. You feel life sucks even more because now you're feeling the effects of a poison in your system, and we call it being hungover. We have to realize that our life doesn't suck. It's us who needs to make the changes. It's us who can make our life the best life possible. But we have to get out of our ways. We have to discipline ourselves to be a different person than we thought that we are supposed to be. Sometimes it takes us truly being a different person than where we were headed towards, than where we thought that our path was supposed to take us, or what we think is the coolest type of person to be. It's not about the fast cars. It's not about the fancy clothes. It's not about the, outside materialism that people collect to try to make themselves feel like they have a blessed and happy life. It's not about that. It's about you starting with yourself, you starting with self-love and self-growth. And the only way you're truly going to be able to do that is through prayer, through meditation, through building your faith with the divine source. Building that faith and that connection with the Most High, so you know that you are truly abundant and blessed before blessings even truly show up into your life, before physical wealth shows up into your life. We don't want to be those people who get, financial, physical wealth, and then they waste it all because they don't know what to do with it, because they've never even felt abundance, so they don't know how to act. They spend it in crazy, malicious ways and, just silly ways, where they think back and look back and they're like, wow, if I had that same money now, I would be doing it so much differently. It's not the money that sucks. It's not the situation that sucks. It's how we look at these situations to make them truly a blessing or a curse. To make them either a lesson or a blessing for generations to come. We don't want to just be stuck with a lesson. We want to be blessed with a blessing for generations to come. We don't want to get money and then just not invest it in certain ways so that the money doubles up and triples up and quadruples up. And we just spend it all on just stupid things that, are here today, gone tomorrow. We want to make sure that we are living a life aligned with a spiritual path of abundance, of positivity, of inner serenity and peace and love, so that when our blessings do come, we are aware of when they're here. We are aware of where they came from, and we are appreciative and very, very, patient with the blessing, instead of just thinking, oh, I got it and I got lucky, so I have to use it. I want to use this up before the luck runs out. The luck is never going to run out once you change your mind and realize life doesn't suck. The blessings never run out once you change your mind and realize life doesn't suck. The miracles never run out. If you're holding faith that you are meant for a blessing, that you are meant for divine good, and you are living in that type of path of righteousness and divine good and, unity and just living righteously, then your blessings will come more than you could ever imagine. But if you just simply want your life to not suck, changing your mindset alone is all you need. Don't worry about the blessings. Like I said, they're going to come regardless. But just work on changing that mindset. Work on putting affirmations into your head and drawing them in. It may sound crazy at first, telling yourself, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am rich, I am healed mentally, physically, and spiritually. I am love. I am blessed and a blessing to others. It may seem like, how is this? How is this? But give it a month. 30 days is all it takes to build a new habit. 60 days is all it takes to truly drill that habit in until it's a lifestyle. We have to make this type of thinking a lifestyle. We have to make this type of self-talk a lifestyle to the point where we only talk to ourselves in these type of ways, in these type of positive ways, that we only look at situations to see and figure out what's a blessing in this, hectic situation I'm going through right now. What am I being, pulled to learn from these trials and tribulations? What is the Most High trying to guide me to by taking me off the path where I thought I was supposed to be taking? As long as it's towards a path of righteousness, you're on the right path. But sometimes the path of righteousness gets a little rocky. It's a little longer. Sometimes the different routes, the path of the wicked is straight and wide. But the path of the righteous, it's a little rocky, twisty, and very narrow. So we have to realize not a lot of people are walking this path, but a lot of the people that we see who are truly happy, which is very few. I'm sure you have very few examples, unfortunately. But a lot of people that we see, even if we don't know that they are truly happy, who are truly happy are walking in this path. You see, the truly happy people don't need to advertise on the internet that they're happy. They don't need to advertise every single win. They don't need to advertise every single donation that they make. And they definitely don't need to advertise every loss that they make. The people that are truly happy, the people that are truly in their own inner peace, inner love, inner serenity, these people are people who don't do things out of wanting attention or wanting you to like what they do. They're doing stuff because they like doing what they're doing, because they feel good doing it. And if it gets likes and gets extra attention, then that's by all means, that's cool. If that's what you want to do, if you're in the social media game. But we have to realize that true happiness and true serenity, true bliss isn't a blueprint that's laid out by the masses. It's something that happens very few and rare. And lots of people don't advertise it. Lots of people who are truly happy, truly in their serenity, within and throughout their whole entire life, don't have a full blueprint laid out on Instagram or TikTok that's just a 5-minute video and that's it. No, you have to do the effort. You have to put in discipline. You have to do the work. I can't even tell you how many books I've read. I can't even tell you how many audio books I've listened to or how many podcasts and YouTube videos I've watched to just download information, just let it download days and days and days of just videos and books and reading 3 books a day, and not fully 3 books a day, but reading, a chapter of one book a day, one book, and then, a few pages of another book and a few pages of another book. And this is what I do throughout the day. I read 3 books a day. I don't read 3 full books, but I read 3 books a day. I just want to break that down. People think I'm some superhuman. But just enhancing your knowledge in these ways, learning the truth about the universe from people who aren't so maybe outspoken or aren't trending on, these social media apps, they're going to show you many different techniques that lead you to the same way, that lead you to the same path. Because if you notice, when you actually start doing this research, when you actually start reading a bunch of books or, and listening to podcasts and watching spiritual videos and stuff like this, you'll realize that we're all leading you to the same path. We're all leading you to trusting in yourself, the divine source within you, which is the Most High, which is whatever name you want to call it. But that divine source is what is going to help you live a life that you're supposed to be living. And that life that you're supposed to be living might not be the life that you have planned right now. But like you said, your life sucks. But it's not the life that is sucky. It's not the life that is lack. It's not the life that is filled with greed and not having, whatever, lack. Because lots of people are living in lack, I feel. I feel like a lot of people don't mean to live in greed. It's just they're living in greed because of lack. A lot of people don't mean to be angry and be selfish and be the ways that they are, but it's just lots of us feel and have been lied to that we're living in lack. So we live in these ways out of almost a desperation, or agitation type of thing. So we have to realize that once we get out of this lack mindset, we will be so free mentally, physically, and spiritually. We won't be thinking of what we can afford or can't afford and this and that. And it's going to take time. It's going to take you actually trusting in some sources, trusting in the stuff that you read, trying these principles and practices and seeing for yourself how your life changes. And like I said, at first it might seem crazy, it might seem wacky, it might seem like some hippie stuff, but you do see results. Your life will change for the better until you say, life is beautiful, life is full of blessings. Until you'll barely be able to remember the times you used to say life sucked. Until you barely be able to remember the time where you just used to call your friends to complain or call your parents to complain, or, you just would mainly talk in a complaining way. And lots of times we don't realize we're complaining, or lots of times we don't even realize we're doing these things, but many of our conversations in this society are complaints, or gossip, or drama, or, just not having enough type of mindset, lack type of mindset. The main thing that's stopping you from realizing life is abundant, life is amazing, life is full of blessings, the main thing that's stopping you from stopping and smelling the roses and just enjoying the fresh air is you living in lack, you thinking that you don't have enough. Because that's exactly what society wants for you to think. That's exactly what these apps want you to think. That's exactly what these advertisements that they push to you want you to think. That you need this, that you need something else, that what you have is old and you need something new. But we have to realize we have everything that we already need within us. We have everything that we could ever want within us. And we have everything that we could ever need or want manifesting to us into our reality as we speak, once we come into the consciousness and the awareness that we are abundant and blessed. So we have to not fall into the trap of thinking our life sucks, of thinking that we don't have an opportunity to have a blessed life like these people are. We don't have an opportunity to be happy financially and finding love and whatever type of lack type of mindsets we adopt in this society. We have to realize that these best examples of our, most happiest and greatest life are a reality. Write it down. Write down your best example of what your best and most blessed life is going to be. Write down exactly what you want in your life. Write down exactly what goals you want to accomplish. Write down exactly what success means to you, what happiness means to you, what love means to you. We want to state these things. Like I said, spelling is exactly what it sounds like. It's a spell. It's something that is cast into the universe, and that if you put enough power behind it, if you put enough energy behind it, it will come into reality. Everything pretty much that we see in our world, in our immediate surroundings, was once a dream from somebody, was once just a drawing by somebody. And then eventually they got their energy together. And then they took that energy and went out and made some money. And then they invested some money, and then they were able to invest that money into the dream that they wanted to. And then now what? You have a building that you're living in. You have these curtains over here. You have the AC unit. You have a TV. You have a whatever you have. But all these things started out as a dream, started out as something that people didn't have, but somebody thought of a way to make it into reality instead of just thinking, dang, I wish I had that, or just letting themselves feel like life sucked, letting themselves feel like they were trapped into a box instead of realizing that they were abundant and free, which we truly are. They weren't only looking at the apples that fell on the ground. They were looking at everywhere. They were trying to get inspiration from everywhere. And just by you having that desire to find inspiration everywhere, instead of just looking at the same path that everybody else is taking, instead of just trying to do the same things and cut the same corners that everybody else cuts to find the easy fruit on the ground, instead of you looking around, instead of you being down to reach on your tiptoes, even jump up and down if you need to get that real pure fruit. By you making that extra effort, your blessings will come tenfold. It's not about following the path that everybody else is following. That's why your life might suck, because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're trying to keep up with the people that you see on Instagram and TikTok. But really, your life is different. Your path is different. Your path isn't meant to be like them. Your path is supposed to be someone that they look to and be like, oh man, how can I be like that? Maybe that's your path, for you to be the one that's helping influence the influence that you like to watch. So we have to realize life is like this. It comes in many phases. It comes in many ways. And we'll never know exactly our destiny. But all we must know is that we are blessed, that this life doesn't suck. It's just that we need to change our mindset. We need to change our sucky habits. We need to change our sucky ways of thinking. We need to change our sucky diet. Life doesn't suck. We suck 9 times out of 10. I had to come to terms with this. I had to come to terms with the stuff that I was watching every single day, the stuff that I was eating, the stuff that I was drinking wasn't good for me. I used to not even think water was good. I used to not like water. I said, I get water and soda. I get water and juice. So what's the point? Why do I need to drink water? It tastes bad. So we have to realize we suck 9 times out of 10. And there's changes that need to be made. And I say this because I have had to make the changes too. I used to have a sucky attitude too. I used to have a sucky type of lifestyle too, thinking I was living in a path that was going to be fun and awesome and this and that. But it's when we change our mind, it's when we realize and take accountability that it's us who suck and us who needs to change. The rest of our life begins to change almost immediately. I don't want to say immediately, but I don't want to say not immediately. But I'll say the rest of our life starts to change drastically. It may come quick, it may take a little longer, but it shouldn't take more than a month. If you're consistent with it, if you're consistent with positive thinking, if you're consistent with some affirmations in the morning, affirmations even when you're going through something stressful, just reminding yourself, oh, I am blessed. Oh, this is something that's happening to them. This is a situation that's just happening. This isn't me. I'm blessed. I'm wealthy. I am abundant. I am love and filled with love. I am peace and serenity. If you are disciplined in these thinkings, then within probably a week or probably a day, you will see a difference in your life. You will see miracles happen and blessings be brought to you. So do these things. I'm telling you, your life is going to change for the better when you realize that it's you who suck. It's not life. Life is amazing. I look at life all the time. I'm happy to wake up. I love life. You know, I don't like the stuff that you have to do sometimes in life, but life in general, the world in general, nature in general, people, just people watching in general, it's amazing. People are amazing. Nature is amazing. It's just a fun time. Just enjoy yourself. Stop taking life so seriously and realize that life is a blessing. We are abundant. We are wealthy. We are loved. We are blessed and a blessing to others. But we have to be aware of how we're thinking and how we're acting and how we're letting our environment affect our true inside. Because the true inside, the true divine self knows that we are blessed and a blessing to others. So be that blessing, be that inner light and that outer light. Be that beacon on the top of the hill, shining bright for all people to see and see like, oh, that's an example for me to maybe try to follow in their path. But don't follow the path of these people that you see on the internet who are just profiting off of toxic ways and drama and gossip, because you'll never find happiness there. You'll never find happiness in trying to keep up with the next designer trend and keep up with the next TikTok trend and keep up with the next dance or the next sound or the next acting style or whatever profession that you're in or career or dream that you're chasing. You'll never find true happiness trying to copy someone else's art who you've seen profit off of this type of art. Oh, they did a crazy Mickey Mouse. They did a crazy Daffy Duck, so I'm gonna do a crazy Daffy Duck. No, you're not gonna. If it's not your calling, if it's not your path, you're gonna see friction. You're gonna see turmoil. You're gonna see trials and tribulations. Your life is gonna feel like it sucks because we have to live in our own divine path. We have our own way of life. And we can't be comparing our life to others. We just have to trust that the Most High is guiding us in the best, most abundant, most wealthy, most loving, most patient, most caring way. And it will come into reality. But our path will look different, but stay patient, stay disciplined. Do your spiritual practices, change your mindset and realize your life does not suck. Trust me, it does not suck. But maybe you do. So if you haven't, please appreciate the comment, appreciate the content, Please appreciate the content by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all those good things. And I appreciate if you watched this all the way to the very end. I know it was a long video, but hey, I need to let this message be known, and there's no time limit on the message that comes from the divine. I just want to truly help you awaken, truly help you on your journey, realize that your life is a blessing, not a curse. One love.